All right, you guys got a word?
I think I got the word.
Okay.
Second
Ready?
round.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Lighting.
Light.
They said it. That's the word.
She said light. I said lighting.
That's the word
Baby girl, this podcast is definitely for you.
for us because we've
Mhm,
mentioned.
The people in Samoa and New Zealand that you're not Samoan.
Hey besties, it's the B4REAL Podcast.
Period.
It's your girl, the exclusive.
And it's your girl, Lost Baby.
And it's your girl, Ifoleka.
And thank you for tuning in and watching our episode. Y'all, it's been a minute.
It's been a fat
Where
minute.
have we been, besties?
It's been too long.
It's been almost 3 months again.
3 months too long.
But once again, we just like to say thank you guys. Honestly, we cannot express this enough. Thank y'all for continuously rocking with us, but also being a part of the bestie squad.
Okay.
One day we're going to for sure get our besties in a group chat and tell everyone what's the tea, because we want to know too what's up with y'all.
That part, like a live stream.
Yeah, that would be fun.
that'd be dope.
Wait, I think they have that on Instagram. You could build a community. You know they have those?
Oh, okay. So stay tuned, besties.
2025. Just know
So
2025. We're coming
Stay
in hot.
tuned.
Yeah.
The sooner, the better we grow with y'all, the better we'll be. But honestly, what have y'all been up to? What's going on? Let's catch up. Let's catch everybody up.
Yes. Just been doing a whole lot of working my 9 to 5 per usual. Traveling, attending my nephew's football games. Shout out to Lusinger High School. Came a little short this year, but that's okay. Try again next year. What else? That's pretty much just been spending a lot of time with family. That's how, what we have to do to recharge when we get back into motion. So just spending a lot of family quality time, really.
I just been working my ass off. Like, sorry for the cuss. We could blurt that out. But I literally been working for 3 to 4 days a week straight. And when I come home, all I like to do is rest. And I haven't really been with my girls to film because I literally just been so busy, and also had my older sister's show. She performed out here in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Shout out to
It was a
Dinah.
blast.
Shout out to Miss Dinah Jane.
I think it was almost sold out, and I just love seeing everyone there. Like, hey auntie, hey cousin. So that was a blast.
Dinah Jane's on tour, so make sure you guys support our
purchase
girl.
tickets.
Show in
show
Hawaii
up, share.
coming up December 5th.
Yes.
So.
Period.
Make
And I
sure
got
y'all
that
pop
flight
out.
ready.
That part.
Okay, I
Yeah.
wish I had some flight benefits. I'd be
too.
there. But anyways, make sure you guys show love to our
Get her on the
girl.
benefits.
We always got to give love to Dinah. She gave us a chance.
Of course.
And so we just want to make sure we're showing love to you, Pookie, and we support you.
That
And all of
part.
our besties love you too. So
Always.
good luck, and we cannot wait to see more of your tour coming. For me, honestly, it's just been life. Honestly, I can't express how much we do things. It's like a repetitive stage of life, but you go work, take care of your family. And I recently just came back from New Zealand.
Talk about it.
Ooh, how
Talk
was
about
that?
it.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to all of our besties, our international besties.
Okay.
Y'all, let me tell you guys, y'all know I was texting the group chat like crazy.
Yes.
The fact that I was getting messages of people offering me their house to stay in, people offering to pick me up, take me places. I even got free tickets to the Tonga games. Like, shout out to Gladys.
nice.
Thank you so much for that. And literally, like, they're writing me like, make sure but this is our Auckland besties. And I was going somewhere else. I wasn't going to Auckland, but I was going to the outskirts of New Zealand. So I couldn't really see our besties. But that just goes to show that we need to pop up.
We're going to make our way over there.
Y'all was hitting me up to take me everywhere under the sun. I know if any of my girls were here and they went with us, we'd all be like,
well taken
Papa
care
and
of.
Shaw here. Yes.
And we're actually working on that for all 3 of us to pop out there to an event.
Manifest.
So.
Let's manifest this too. Might as well.
Yes.
Speaking of manifesting,
Mm.
how's it been going for us this year?
Oh my God.
I'm just surprised because every time I take a break, every time I do something I love, I take a break and then I never touch it again. Like, I'm like, oh, I did it. I'm going to go to the next. But like with the podcast and everything, taking a break, I low-key wanted to tell the girls, like, oh, you guys can film without me. And I think I was just being shy because, I don't know. I feel like I share too much my personal life sometimes. But taking a step back, when people message me and tell me that they can relate and how much just speaking to the camera while they're watching at home and someone can see the things that we go through are the same, like, being relatable and stuff, it definitely pushes me to keep going. So, yeah.
Okay. Hold on, cause January 2024 Mila versus today's Mila.
Yes.
This is two
Big
different people, Buki.
Big
It's
difference.
I'm
really
loving this
two different
November
people.
one.
Yeah. If y'all watched our first few episodes to how I am now, very
come a long
classy, very
way.
demure.
Okay.
Some people be trying me,
demure.
but like I've been keeping it cool. So
But I love that.
and I'm just
Yes.
happy that everything that we manifested within our channel, it's been growing so far. Even with our breaks, you
part.
guys are the main reasons why we keep pushing.
Yes.
So we love y'all for that.
That
And we have
part.
2,300 subscribers currently right now on YouTube. So
Shout out to you,
Bruh.
besties.
That part.
I give you big props for just acknowledging. It takes a lot for a person to acknowledge that the person they were before was this type of person versus how they are now. So just you taking the time to acknowledge and like speaking it. Don't ever be shy to let us know when you need a break, because we all need breaks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes that's why we go on these long extended breaks,
Yeah.
just because life is lifing and we all go through things in our lives. And I know you all go through things in your lives where sometimes taking a step back and and just going through like an evaluation process of evaluating things where you figure out what's for you and what's not for you.
Yeah.
And baby girl, this podcast is
It's
definitely for you.
For us, because we've
Mhm,
mentioned like
mhm.
this low key, this platform has been like our kind of like our healing space, our safe space.
Yes.
We've mentioned that before, and it low key really is, because we always come back, we relink, we're a lot
Yeah.
better than what we were before, or just where our state of mind was at. Because I know for me, for sure, like I can come here and I can just be like, let me let this out there, and don't ever feel shy
Yes.
for being so open about your life. Because who are we?
The
For Real
BF4REAL
Podcast.
Podcast.
So we keep it real. Sometimes it might be like, sometimes not, but like
Yes.
regardless, like don't ever.
yeah. I don't know. Okay.
High five.
I don't know
Yes.
why this has like dead ass. I think after Pacific Feeds, like having everyone come up to each and everyone, I was like, it was a shocker for me because I'm like, oh shit, people really are watching us. And
Yes.
I used to
Because we're
have
so
the-
used to being
yeah,
here.
Yes.
But
I'm like,
like,
Yes.
Because I used to have the mentality like, I don't give a F who's watching me. Like, I don't care.
That's
blah,
the
blah,
January
blah.
24 I was
Yeah.
mentioning.
But then having like people come up to us and like seeing like how much social media is an influence to others, I think I've been taking a break, like how I perceive myself as a person. So
I love
yeah.
that.
Yes.
I love that.
Honestly, I mean, like mental health, right? We always talk about it. We're big advocates for it. And I think us just being so raw in front of the camera and our besties feeding into that rawness allows them to also be raw with themselves
Yeah.
and get in tune with their emotions. So don't ever be afraid of talking about your emotions to anybody.
Yeah, even when y'all comment or send like our anonymous stories, like we really
Yes.
read all of those. So we love each and every one of your messages.
Like we're
Yeah.
here. We do this because of you guys.
Yes.
So thank you again for the continuous love and support.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you guys for being our saving grace, honestly. Just coming here and being able to, I don't know, I love just listening to your guys' life updates and just the things that we be going through on a daily basis,
that
or
part.
the doubts that we have in our minds, and then coming in here and just reaffirming with ourselves that we are the shit. Hell yeah, we are.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Please excuse my French. No, don't excuse it. But I just love that we can accept and value who we are
Yes.
as the B4REAL podcast.
As the B4
For
podcast, that part.
Right? I think for me, honestly, it's just been, I love these breaks that we get. Honestly, you know, I tell myself I am the type of person that I can be around people like friends and family. But when I need my space to step away, I need my space. And I give myself that
I love that.
because out of respect for me and my energy, I also need to feed into myself.
That part.
I'm such, like, I've told you guys, everyone knows, Lo sé the lover girl, Lo sé
Yes.
love,
Love
Lo
and
sé-
light.
Yeah,
the L is
right?
for love and light.
I always give love, but sometimes I need to step back and give myself love.
Yes.
And stepping back and having these breaks is my love language to myself.
I love it.
So these breaks have been, I think for me, just kind of a good step back of appreciation for the group of women that we are. Realizing that we all impact people in different ways.
That part.
And realizing that I never realized that we are so in tune with our emotions and the way we open up. I recently seen like TikTok videos of people just talking about, oh, we don't do that here. We don't talk about our emotions, or we throw that under the rug. And it's just like, man,
Why not? Like, why aren't you guys?
yeah, you know? So, I mean, like, it's just been inspiring to see Mila get in tune with her emotions. April being a hot mama, fitness mama at that.
No.
Can we talk about that?
Yes.
How has your
Yes.
fitness journey been?
You guys, when I tell you, it came out of nowhere. Actually, not out of nowhere. I was
Tens.
forced to jump into this fitness
Really?
lifestyle. You remember my two sisters? Well, my niece and my sister-in-law.
Oh my goodness.
So, like,
Yeah, I would force myself too.
I was low-key like, oh, making excuses. Oh, I can't come today. You know, I'm
Oh,
sick or I
yeah.
can't. And they would literally pull up, be like, no, get in the car. We're going. So shout out.
They some real ones.
Yes.
I
That's
love a
real
support
friend.
team like that for
Yes.
sure.
And I'm telling you, like, hands-on and everything was like, no, if we're going to work out, you're going to work out. So shout out to my niece, Lana, and my sister-in-law, Limale. Thank you guys for pushing me. And without that, I wouldn't be where I am now, because now I've developed this passion for the gym, y'all. Like,
Yes.
no lie.
Oh, it's
I know y'all
inspiring,
been staying
sis.
tuned to people's gym fitness.
Yes,
No,
it's been good.
honestly. And you've inspired me because I've started getting in tune with my gym stuff
Hey,
on the
period.
DL. I don't need to post it
Right,
for
and
social media.
that part,
No,
that
me
part.
too. I was like, because I be eating right after, so I'm like,
And she do
okay,
be
at least
messaging
I
me like,
did.
me and Paco want to join. And I'll be like, girl, come on
Yeah.
through.
So thank you for being that inspiration.
Yes.
If you just know you are reaching the right crowd,
Mhm.
the right
I'm
crowd
trying
of
to.
women, honestly. How long has your fitness journey been?
Since I want to say, when did I come? August, maybe
Mm.
Oh, wow.
July, late.
I seen that before and after picture
And
you
you could
posted.
already see the difference, the
Really?
glow.
Yes, when you posted that picture, I was like, dang,
Yes.
you never realize it, right?
At all. And that's so crazy that you said that, because that was me for so long. I thought I was okay. Like, I
Mhm.
thought it was fine.
Yeah.
But there were points where I would look myself in the mirror and be like, I'm happy, but I know I could be happier. But it wasn't necessarily because of my image. It was
Yes.
just I needed to get healthier, because I could feel it. Like, because now that my girls that I started with, we all have separate schedules. We've been kind of working out on our own, and that's when I started to realize, like,
You need to keep going.
like this, like the gym is really that's also my healing space.
Yes.
And just an hour. If
Mm.
I could just dedicate 1 hour, like, I'm good. I'm solid for the week. Like, this is how I recharge myself, because so far, like, if you guys haven't been listening, like, we've been taking breaks to fill our cups, because
Yes.
how can we continue to pour into what we do and who we are if we're running on half full
Yep.
or empty? So
No, and
Yes.
shout out to Ipo, because right after we filmed that episode with JP, we went to go to Salt Lake, like, around everywhere. And Ipo was like, I wish I could come, but I'm at the gym right now. She went right after our
Dedication.
episode. So shout out to her for
Yes,
being
it's
a motivation to
ladies.
us.
it's really inspiring. I just recently seen a post like you start your fitness journey because there's that one picture that just did it all for you.
yeah.
And so seeing your before and after, I was like, dang, I never realized that. And now I'm like looking at my picture, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No,
It's,
but-
it's my turn. I
But
need to
one
go
thing about us, don't get it
turn.
twisted, y'all. Regardless what size we are, we always gonna be
Yes.
confident women. But
Yes.
like, if I could just get on here and preach anything, health is definitely wealth, and that's why I'm now tapping into that 30 years later. But better late than never.
Yeah.
You start whenever.
Yeah.
Do you ever get
Honestly.
okay? Because like whenever I start my fitness journey, like I be starting and ending. Because me and my husband, whenever we argue, we go
Hello,
eat after.
guilty.
I know y'all probably do the same thing too. But
And still do.
yeah, I think when I first got with him, I was like my smallest. And like, do you ever look back at pictures and then I don't know, when I started my fitness journey, I look back at it and I'm like already been there. So like, I don't really care to go back. Or do you ever like
Yeah.
your mental health? You Like,
Oh, all the time. When I look at my husband, I be like, "You're the reason why I'm this size, sir. Because you're keeping me happy. You're feeding me so good. Of course, and we're going half on babies, but like, honestly, shout out to my husband because just like I can always count on him to mentally keep me lifted. Like I said, regardless what size I was, like to my husband, I was always that. I guess that's why I never really pushed going to the gym.
I feel
But
like
I thought
I'm
it was
going
the
through that
hardest
right
thing.
now.
Period.
No, like my husband's like, it's okay, I love you, or whatever. Like that's not a good. It is a good thing, but at the same time, like me and Paco, we really look up to you and Fat because you guys like whenever we see y'all, we look at us and we're like, okay, babe, we need to start getting it together. And whenever you like share some of your stories, like things that you've been through,
You're gonna make me cry.
no, I was like, oh my gosh, whenever you tell me things you went through, I was like, okay, this happens to everyone. And I just like, you're like an older sister I haven't had. So.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Because my sisters aren't married. So like whenever
Yet.
you tell me things, not yet.
Yet.
But when you like share your experiences, I really take that in. So like your fitness journey right now too.
Because you are the only one married. Yeah, out of your siblings? Yeah.
Out of my siblings.
Y'all, don't just think because we're all starting this fitness journey, you got to start one. But like Ipo said, health is wealth. For me, I don't necessarily look at my back images because I feel like the self-love in me would be like, really? Why are you looking back at yourself, you know? So I'm just working out for health, honestly. I'm not trying to like lose an excessive amount of weight. I just really want to stay healthy to be here for a longer time.
Exactly.
But that's really what it is. I love being a big girl. Y'all know me. Lose is a plus size baddie, okay?
Yeah.
I love being plus size, but I also like being here at a longer time to be here to watch my nieces and nephews.
Can I also add on to that? Like looking back at old pictures, because what I just remembered too is when I would look back at old pictures and I was like so small, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, you look so good," but I think that was like the most
when you're unhappy.
Yeah, I was the most
Yes.
depressed at
Talk
that
about it.
time. Like I was so insecure. I kept like starving myself. If I didn't reach a certain goal weight, I wouldn't eat for the rest of the day. And then I think I just been a little too happy. So
if you ever want to start your journey because you want to start it.
Yes.
Not because anybody else is telling you to do it or because you want to be the person you were 10 years ago. Start it because you want to do it.
Yeah, and I can honestly say you do it because you want to do it, because I used to be on and off. I would start because everybody around me was.
Right.
So I was just like, oh, I got to do it because they're doing it. And then eventually I'd fall off. But this time around, this is probably the longest I've ever stuck with
working out and just,
I don't eat right, but I do work out. This is the longest
baby steps.
Yes,
Okay.
big baby
So this
steps.
is the longest I've gone with trying to take care of my health, because I'm doing it for me. I'm moving at my own pace. You know, like it's really me versus me. So when you guys see me posting that, like it's the truth.
Big shout out to me.
That part.
Okay.
Okay.
So now that we got health and wealth out the way, what do you guys want to do for 2025 as the B4REAL podcast?
Oh,
like what's some ideas? Can we start manifesting some things? Like, what do you guys want to do?
dang. Y'all, we're almost to the next year.
Girl, we're in November. December's right after.
I think we
Hello.
talked about this, that even though it's called the B4REAL podcast, we want it to be more than a podcast. We want to be seen everywhere.
That part.
Whether it
Venture
be
off into different things.
magazines, interviews,
Yes.
helping the community, giving back.
Okay.
There's just so much that we can do. Even with our name holds weight itself. So
And as always, like since we started, and sponsors, like, we would love to tap in with that, collaborate with, other people who can eventually do that. But in the meantime, one thing about us, especially the B4REAL podcast, if we have to work our way to the top, we will do just that.
And literally, that's what we're starting right now. We're working our way to the top. We're not at the top yet, but
We're going to get there.
definitely creating something where it's a generational wealth, where like Ipo and Mila were saying, just being more than what we are and creating something for our besties, generations on generations on generations, to look back and be like, dang, we started with you guys from the bottom and now we're here at the top. So we can't wait. We can't wait to see where
I think another thing that hopefully I'm crossing my fingers, because there's so much stuff that I've been wanting to do, and then there's stuff that pops up. but this has been on my mind for a long time. Hopefully, we can do it on our 1 year. But I would love to have like all our besties out here in Salt Lake or anywhere and pull up on us in Salt Lake.
Pull up on me.
And we can have like a live podcast session. Like
That'd be dope.
That'd
Yeah.
be so dope.
That'd be so dope. Just nothing but vibes. Like that'd be so dope.
we sell tickets and we can like donate it. I don't know how that process goes, but would love for us to eventually give back.
Yeah.
And we need to do our merch too. So.
And you know what's crazy, ladies? Now that you brought that up, we really have to tap into that going into 2025. You know, a lot of our besties have been asking for merch and just so many things from us. And I promise it's coming. Give us
We're just trying to figure out how it works.
Yes,
so.
no, because this year I feel like we had to learn and grow. Now that we got a hang of some things, 2025 is going to be better.
Yes. And we're really just like, we're not getting help from anybody. So we're all just learning this as it goes.
And out of pocket.
Yes. And so please be patient with us when we try our best to try to get these things in a timely manner, but also understand that this is our first time doing it and we are trying, but we will get there. Promise. Yeah. So I think merch for sure.
And another thing too, I think we're in the process of looking for management. Because
that's another big one.
I don't know. We are a big deal. I believe in ourselves that we are a big deal. And if you believe in us too and see our vision and want to be in our team, we
tap in
with us. We'll be open to it.
Who are you? Who are we? We are that.
No, that part.
Speaking of collaborations, y'all, we need to talk about the work that we've been doing.
We need to talk about our first photo shoot as the BF4REAL Podcast.
Okay, shout out to Pacifica Content. We got invited out to the Bay Area.
Like that? Tell the people
that part. We need to go back again.
Okay, why did I really hype us up?
No, honestly, we just oh my gosh, how could we forget that?
I know, it's been too long.
So busy.
It's been too long.
Honestly, I don't know if you guys have been following up with us on social media, but we recently went out to the Bay in collaboration with the Pacifica Content Session. And we got to collab with a lot of dope photographers and videographers from the Bay Area.
People who sell
and
merch. Yes.
Small
Nova,
businesses.
Lelenoa.
Yes. We got to actually be in K Nova and Lelenoa's presence. And that enough sold it for me. I was like, what?
I love
Oh,
them.
and that is how we locked him in. Y'all didn't know this.
For December 6th.
Yes. We're having him and his wife pull up on us to the BF4REAL studio. We're going to interview them as well. But when we met up with them at the Pacifica Content Session, I don't know who asked, but they're like, can we have you on our show?
It had to be Lost because
It
Lost
was
be
me.
right to the point.
It was me. I was like, please.
Like,
Hi, bestie.
Hi, bestie.
Look, that's how you network. That's how you look. You lock that in.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just didn't want to lock in just K Nova. No, I wanted to lock in K Nova and
Lelenoa.
A lot of people can relate to Miss Lelenoa, Bookie Boos. So yes.
I wanted to lock both of them in because they both have such a great influence in our community. And Lelenoa's like, no, not me. No, you, Bookie, you definitely have a beautiful influence.
Everybody there was just so dope. Like, shout out to Jess, the makeup artist, the hair artist, Malia, all of them.
So
Vibing with the Valley.
Yes.
I don't want, you guys, we see you guys. I just, if I didn't mention you guys, please
Salon.
don't.
That's
shout out to Guapale. They hella came through and gave us hella merch. So
Vibe in the Valley. There was just
Slade,
so much.
the brushes.
Slayed with Twisted.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Slayed
that
with
one.
Twisted.
Yes, like there were so many dope people.
Mobligated.
Pete,
Oh my gosh.
CJ.
It was just a lot. And all the videographers and photographers.
And
It
the
was so cool.
cars.
Yes.
Okay,
My
Island Flavor, thank you for
goodness.
bringing.
And that was our first
Yes.
time like out there together. And was that your guys' first time in that area too?
Yes, it was.
was,
Because I just be in the town.
It was Treasure Island.
Treasure
Oakland.
Island.
Yeah.
But that was beautiful.
It was
was beautiful.
so honestly just being in the presence of everybody working
It was
where
beautiful.
like oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little overwhelming
Yeah.
because I was like, oh my gosh, it was literally go in, change, done,
Yes.
done,
Like
done.
back to back. But
But it
getting
just-
a taste of that though, you guys
Yes.
feel like
Yes.
you
I
want
feel
more?
like after that,
You could do more.
after getting a taste of that, I'm like, ooh, we were gonna be ready for the next
Yeah.
event. That
By the
comes up.
end of the night, we were exhausted. Oh, shout out to Ipo's
Oh,
your
yes.
sister, cousin. Okay.
Mhm.
Shout out to Ipo's cousin. She treated us to the burrito
55, yeah.
55 truck.
Mhm.
Y'all, if you're in the Bay, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And
That was hella bomb too.
Yeah, that was like I think that was my first time ever trying that.
Really?
So
Yeah,
it
that
was
was my first
cool.
time
I don't
too.
ever leave the Bay unless I gets me a
oh
plate.
my gosh. And
I
don't even
have
get
to.
me started because after we ate, we went to 304 District. And let
Oh
me
my
say
gosh.
this.
Put the film
Oh
in.
my goodness. I was like, what the heck? Oh man, I've never
I'm
been
so
to
jealous. I
304
wanted to go so
District.
bad.
I've never been that close to 304 District.
Oh my
but let
goodness.
me say, there were some baddies.
It was
Okay.
bad
Baddies.
things, honestly, but it was
Okay.
cold. It was cold. I was like, I'm freezing. How are you?
I'm not gonna lie, I tried to record a little clip for y'all, for the content, but one of them flipped me off and kapaid me. But that's
Oh
okay.
my goodness. It's them being mad that we're staying at them. I'm sorry,
Right,
Bookie
like,
Boo.
I'm fascinated. Can I
good.
record? Like
We're
what?
just all fascinated
We just
in
never
you.
seen this.
Right, especially in 10-degree weather. Like this is very rare. Like
Hey, well, shout out to
okay,
y'all.
but do your G string. No, I'm just
Mhm.
kidding.
Y'all did your big one. But honestly, it was cool, like just seeing how you can go from a burrito truck to a district. And then after the 304 district, it's like city.
It's
It's
a
like-
beautiful lake.
It's like business town. And I'm like, wait
Yeah.
a minute.
It's
What
hella
we just-
like it's like heaven and hell.
That's why I
right
love the
next to
Bay.
each other.
Exactly.
I was like, how did we just cut from one side of the hood to the suburbs? But
that part?
that's what it is, honestly. And it was so
It was
for
fun.
me, it was amazing. I was like, what? Like my head was like this, up,
I'm
down. I was like,
dead.
y'all, I'm blind AF. But this is me zooming in my camera so I can see.
It was a time. We had a time in the Bay. That's
A
for
time
sure.
was had, but honestly, that session was so cool.
Because
I'm
it was
just
so
happy all
dope.
three of us were there. Like
Oh
we're
yeah,
experiencing this
Yeah,
together. We're
together.
gonna make
Yeah.
it.
that was our first team like photo shoot. But
Oh, we need to talk about that.
yeah.
Okay. And the frauds.
Oh,
That be
okay.
trying to-
Hold up. Let's switch the
They
segment.
they're probably watching us right now.
They're probably like, y'all just
No,
went
they're
from 0 to
probably taking
100.
notes.
I don't
because-
give a mother F.
No,
Like,
y'all seen the logo?
Mm.
They're taking notes right now.
oh,
You
I
see
didn't- I
me?
didn't
Yeah.
fill
You
me
see
in
me?
after.
I see you.
Well, I don't want to put.
Oh.
I don't want to give them more exposure. Should we say?
No,
that?
I'm not gonna say who they are,
Okay.
but just know
We watching.
there's a B4REAL wannabe 2.5,
Mm.
but
Make sure y'all tag the right at.
if you've been rocking with us from day one, then you know it's the same one.
Mhm.
Just that's
The-
insane.
BF4REAL podcast, because someone tried to copy our name and our logo, and we handled that.
Oh yeah,
And
you know me.
I
She gonna
think
press the issue.
I think they deleted their page.
But you know what's crazy though? Like, okay, cool. But when you have it black and pink, like the
Out of
same
all
exact
colors.
Mhm.
Out of the
color
million
as
colors.
us. Anyways, that just goes to show we are impacting those
You're right. We should look at it
around
at a
us,
positive.
Yeah.
and
point of
we
view.
are inspiring people to BF4R real.
Just
Mhm.
don't take our little intro sign, because if you do, then it's really a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, this is us.
Don't get the lawyers involved. Thank you.
But keep it cute.
Classy.
Okay, keep it. Do you keep it?
Easy.
What is it in Tongan?
Keep it frato kilalo.
Oh, kilalo.
Mm,
Before you
mm.
to kilalo.
Exactly. But okay, let's go on into kind of talking about our collaborations because our last episode y'all seen was with JP.
Yes.
How
John
did you guys
Paul.
feel about the episode, and what type of feedback did you guys get when we filmed with JP?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. My nieces and my nephews instantly, you know him from the movie Red, White, and Brass? No way. Why didn't you call me? Da 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 da. I'm just like, business is business, Bookie. But they were so stunned that I was in JP's presence. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, all
Shout
my
out to
little
JP.
cousins, they have like crushes on him.
Ay,
Like,
yo.
oh my gosh, she got to see JP.
Bruh, and
I'm like,
the episode when you did that little clip with the DMs, hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I was just so shocked because I think he messaged Ipo and he asked to be on our show, and we were on a break, and he like brought us out of hiatus. So like the fact that he wanted to come out here on his little break, visiting America,
Okay.
like thank you for
Yes.
coming and letting us
Rock
interview
with
you.
you, yes.
Like talking to him too was such a humbling experience. Hearing how he started off his first audition. I think he said he got the.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he
but
didn't?
because
Right.
somebody was there that was
Yeah.
working on a bigger
Yep.
project, was like,
It all
I'm gonna keep you in my
started
back
from
pocket.
Facebook.
yes,
from a
and putting
Facebook
yourself
ad.
out there.
Yes.
Yes.
If y'all could please watch that episode, what I learned from that episode is every time a door closes, another one is gonna open up. So
Yes.
keep going, keep pushing on, because it's not the end. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I
I
really
love that
enjoyed.
because I kind of took like when he was talking about how he was in a business job. He had a really good profile job, but it just wasn't making him happy.
Yep.
And so he decided to follow his happiness over getting a job that pays him well. He chose happiness over money, wealth. And I mean, he's getting wealth now, but I'm just saying, like, at the moment, that's the choices he had. And the fact that his family also supported him
Yeah.
and pushing him because they seen how unhappy he
yes,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the part that I loved about the episode. Was I feel like he was just giving us, I don't know, I think he was kind of feeding into us to also stay
The
in
course.
tune.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the course, because honestly, this is what makes us happy, but also makes others happy to see us come together. Because I don't know, I seen a comment before that, and this was a male commenting on our video, like, as a man watching you females come together, it's so refreshing. And so like that really inspires me, just getting
Yes.
those messages, but also knowing that we don't just attract a certain gender,
Right.
we attract all of our besties. And so just hearing that from JP's episode really just kind of solidified some things for me in my thought process. But yeah, big shout out to JP. I
Yes.
met JP before our episode, and he's for the gatas. Shout out to JP. Shout out to Frankie.
Yes, Frankie. Thank you
Aw,
for coming
I
through
love
and
this.
designing that
Yes.
beautiful
Oh,
piece.
If y'all
Yes.
didn't know, the outfit that JP had, that was designed by Frankie.
Period.
And we got to hang out with them a little bit after. Shout out to Mila and her husband
Okay.
for
Put the
just
clips here.
treating us like royalty. We went everywhere, scooters. We went downtown. We were even at a point where we were listening to everybody's unrelated music. I'm just sitting there
Oh my
like,
gosh,
dang, I
that
wish I was
a
an
vibe
artist.
too.
Aw.
Literally.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And just sitting there listening to JP's unreleased, Mila's unreleased, her husband's unreleased. It was like a vibe, just hearing everybody's unreleased. And then there's me. I'm just like,
I know.
The
Girl,
dancer.
stop.
The dancer.
This is the
I'm like,
one.
can
She's
I
a jack of all trades. Don't sleep on
can
Lose
you
for
just
real.
Love it,
airdrop
be
me your
Don't
unreleased?
sleep on Lose for real. Stop before we start telling everybody send in their music and we'll rate it.
Oh my
Don't
gosh.
play.
Should we
Don't
do
play.
that?
Okay, Tati, sorry,
don't
we're gonna
play with
take
that.
your idea
Oh
too.
my gosh, Stack
Hey,
Bundles.
Tati, you said when the
Tati, sorry,
iron's
we're gonna
hot,
jump on
strike
it.
Oh.
Stack Bundles doing their big one.
They really, you guys tap in with Stock Bundles. I promise, worth watching. You guys have to tap into their live stream.
Yeah.
They also
Yes.
invited us to. They said whenever the BF4REAL wants to come on
To Seattle.
Yeah, to Seattle. They
Oh,
said
no.
whenever.
Like I
See,
said, 2025.
You gotta
Full of surprises.
You gotta shout us out so we
we
can
might
come.
need Tasi
through.
to come back actually, because we actually have
That
stuff
part.
coming up in the
Yeah.
works.
That part.
Okay, a juicy topic I wanted to bring up that
Mhm.
before I forget, because it's been going out in and out. I wanted to talk about that one lady from New Zealand who said, like, you're not the people in Samoa and New Zealand, that you're not Samoan enough.
I feel that the Samoans in New Zealand need to be humbled, because majorly humbled when it comes to their culture. They're too entitled. Not all, a lot. They're too entitled about what they should be gifted from culture and how they can express themselves culturally in other spaces, or having the need that I'm Samoan enough because of my blood. Like, I don't agree with that. Like, you are Samoan based on, yes, you are Samoan, but I could piss off and do whatever I want by myself. But what truly makes you Samoan is how you serve your family and how you serve your village. So if you're not doing any of those things, but you're operating in spaces like climate change and taking up like board positions, and you're not doing the basic of serving your own family in your village, that's not right to me. And I think too many Samoan-born New Zealanders do that. And they take up all these spaces. I'm probably going to go a bit further here. No offense to Afakasi, but mostly Afakasi people in like high positions that make decisions. They can get into those rooms because they know how to code switch, go in and out. But they don't represent the people who truly need that help. And I think it's a big problem. And it's not, I'm not saying to take them away, but it's to help bring others up with them as they move up.
And that really, what were your guys' thoughts on that before I share my opinion?
I
I
haven't really seen much of it. Like, can you go into like what was it
more
about?
into detail?
Yeah.
So she was saying like
The only part I seen was Samoans in New Zealand need to be humble.
Yeah.
But what was the reason?
The reason when she was saying that, she was like, I don't like people who code switch, and she felt like Hafkasi, they can code switch, and that's why they get certain parts and certain roles because they're not showing their Samoan side. She's basically saying like, you're not Samoan enough. You only want to be Samoan when it gets you to certain places. You want to be Hafkasi or like your other side when it gets you to certain places. So it was irritating to me because a lot of Hafkasis were messaging us and they're like, I work my ass off for where I am to be in the point of my job, and her saying like disregarding just because of my background, and she was just saying it wasn't.
No, but I mean, I understood what she was trying to say. However, again, this is no shade to that girl who did her podcast and shared her opinion, but like, you know, it could have been said a little differently. So that kind of backlash, but like, I did see somebody replying to that video, and she pretty much said the same thing. Like, she agreed with where she was trying to go with what she was saying. However, it could have been said differently. Yeah, just the delivering, and like it could have been like a lesson. Like, she could have said it differently, but it is what it is. I mean, but then again, when did that become a thing? You're not Samoan enough. You're not poly enough. Like, when I grew up, like, if you are even half, okay, you're Tongan, you're poly, you're, you know, like, I don't know. It's just weird. Times have changed.
Everyone has their own opinions and are entitled to their own opinions, just like she is. But I just feel like when it comes to a person in their race and who they are and what their identity is, we have no say or right or opinion to say that that person is not what they say they are.
Right.
It's to me, it's weird energy. I mean, if you're going to tell me, if I say I'm Tongan and you're going to tell me I'm not Tongan enough, I would be offended.
Yeah.
Mainly because what does being Tongan mean? What's the definition of, what's your definition of being Tongan? And the fact that she uses the word code switch is crazy. I just think it's really crazy to use code switch because we don't code switch. When we're in a professional setting, we got to act a certain way to be able to work in that professional setting just as much as everybody else. If it's not because of the color of my skin or the half blood that I have that makes me less of who I am. I don't know. It's just, to me, I'm like, ugh.
I love listening to you. Like,
it's controversial because you can view it in so many different ways. So that's why, like, yeah, it's just that one's a tough one.
Yeah,
like when she brought that up, it was reminding me of the topics we had with Tasi, and we were like, what do you think about?
Oh, that's a towel.
Yeah, that's a towel. Like, people
see, now that's different. That's like I said, the way you view it and how, you know.
There's like so many of it. A lot of it opening up in a way.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to pick what side.
And sorry to throw this out there too, but you know, that's crazy that you brought that up, because what about the Tongan?
Oh, talk about that. The Tongan tatao.
Ooh,
let's talk about that.
What were your guys' options about that? Because it's pretty hot right now. Everyone's arguing in those comments.
The Samoan girls tattoo is called malu. I mean, we do have malu aloi, but it's
Wait, what is
not.
that?
It's like where you're trying to be fake, like you don't understand, like you're I don't get it, but you actually do get it.
So
Okay.
It's like fia vale loi, but
Delulu.
malu,
Fia va-
yeah.
okay.
So I'm
Fia
like,
vale.
you know, we have that word, but there's no word for a girl having a tattoo. And I don't know, me being Tongan as a Christian woman, my parents growing up in a Tongan traditional home, this is just, I'm speaking for myself. As myself as a Tongan girl, I was always told to cover myself up.
Right.
I do not, my body is a temple and I do not write over it. So for a girl to get a Tongan malu, I don't know, it's kind of depicting because we don't have that in our culture. And especially in the Christian Tongan culture, we don't have that. But I don't, I don't want to put you down for it if that's what you want. I don't know. I just think it's offending to those who are actually Samoan.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not that cultured to say anything about it. So that's why I was like, what are your options?
Our cultured queen over there lost a baby
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm just going off of what I grew up as a Christian Tongan woman, you know. But to each their own.
Exactly. At the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to. Like, if that's what she wanted to do to her body, I mean, it is what it is. However, this is what comes with it, especially if you're going to share it on social media,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Or at least come up with a word that's separate from a sacred tradition for the Samoan culture. Because I know, like, I remember Tasi saying that that's sacred, but what, you know, because we're talking about that, you know, other people who are not Samoan getting them, the tatao and
or
the
not
malu.
learning the
Mhm.
language
Yeah.
and, you know.
So, I just feel like if they created another word for it, maybe, but when there's something that's sacred, it's just like, you know, kava.
Oh.
Like kava used to be a traditional sacred thing, but now it's just everywhere.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, kava was only for like ceremonies,
Mhm.
big ceremonies, special ceremonies. But now it's just like anyone and everybody can have kava. But
But doesn't that low key kind of scare you guys? Because, like, well, I don't know. Just in my mind, there might be people out there thinking, like, with this new generation coming up, like, are we watering down our traditions now, our culture?
You know, there's a business in LA. They're not even Polynesian, I think.
I seen that,
And they have a kava bar.
a kava bar.
so-
Oh, girl, like we could like literally dive deep into these subjects, but it's just
no, I love that question. Like, do we think that our culture is being watered down? I honestly, out to me, I don't think it's being watered down. I think we're coming to a point where we are trying to create a safe space, and in order to create a safe space, people invite other people into the space, and then they learn things. But I don't know. Actually,
it's one of these.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's-
wait.
that subject is one of these,
Oh.
literally. Yeah.
I kind of feel like we are watering down because, first of all, my grandma is the first generation, I think, that came to America. My dad is the first generation too, so I'm like second. I don't know. Anyways, like seeing them know the culture and everything and the language, and now that I don't know the culture or the language, I mean, I do know the culture, just not to par.
Right.
And
Like,
I'm
we know the
kinda-
basics. We know the fundamentals.
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared because, like, if you think about it, if my dad passes or my grandma, who else is gonna teach us our culture? Who are we gonna learn it from? So
okay, when it comes to that part, yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind
definitely.
of scared because I want my kids to be a part of, big T's.
Yeah.
Do the fahu thing. Like, I want my kids to be a part of that. So I think it all just comes down to you putting it as a parent. You have to do it for your kids, or else they're not gonna know.
And then for me, like just going off or like tapping into the subject, me honestly, I love being Tongan, and I'm literally me, especially I'm learning every day new things about our
Yes.
culture, you know, do's and don'ts and things like that. Because my mother-in-law, she's very cultured too, and so I'm grateful for that, and my sister-in-laws for teaching me, especially my husband. So he knows, like when it comes to Tongan, like they're always telling me what to do and things like that. But I like I'm with Mila. I see the way that, you know, when you go to Tonga, you see how the
Yep.
Tongans are there.
Yep.
And then when you come here, you see how the Tongans are here. So it's it's like day and night really.
Yeah.
So I try to learn things that I know. Like I want my kids to grow up being whakaapapa. I like the don't go into like little things
Yeah.
like that, and like the whole fahu rope. I love the fahu stuff. Just little tweaks and adjustments I
Like,
would
not too
personally make.
much.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like I love being Tongan, and that's why I'm gonna continue to learn it and teach it to my kids. Cause same, like I don't, like we're again. I always say it over and over. We're such a small percentage. Like I don't ever want it to be watered down.
Yeah.
So
Honestly.
yeah.
Talking about culture too, a lot of our besties, I think we forgot to talk about it because they be asking us in our questions, but they wanted to like know more about like the Tongan culture and like scary stories or certain things that, like you said, that you're not supposed to do and you're supposed to do, apa stuff. Like, if we can like define it for them so they can know more, we're just teaching them in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Um
you're like, can you teach us? Because me and
Right.
people are like, yeah,
When it
let's
comes to
say
the
what
culture, like honestly and truly, I always learn from you. Like,
yeah,
and I
let's
low
say.
key be going back to my husband, like, Lucy just taught us this and that and that and this. Like even fakatoki lalo,
yeah.
who would have thought like the word for demure would be that?
Mhm.
So crazy. I'm always learning from you, and I love it.
Yeah.
And even my best friends and my sister-in-laws, they love you because you're very cultured.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
thank
thank you.
you.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all besties.
Real big.
But whakaapa in English means respect. That's one of the main things in the Tongan culture that we like to instill in our children as they're growing up. As far as me growing up, my parents and I'm pretty sure all of us have that whakaapa in us. Let's talk about it. When we grew up, I am the only girl. I have all brothers, but my brothers were never allowed to come into my room, and I was never allowed to go into my brother's room. That was whakaapa for a reason. The clothes that we wear around our brothers. If we are wearing shorts, we have to wear lava lava around, or if we are wearing shorts, we have to stay in our room.
Or you can't wear your brother's clothes either.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't be wearing the same clothes as your
Mhm.
brothers. You can't be eating off the same plate as your brothers.
Or your dad too.
Yeah, or your dad. My mom used to, as growing up, she would always say, "Don't eat off of your dad's plate. You're gonna get white hair."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I heard that
I
too.
love eating off my dad's plate. I'm
Okay,
a daddy's
I
girl.
never heard that because like growing up, I always ate off my we are cultured, but we're not like in my
Yeah.
family.
No, because you
But-
did state that your parents, they raised you in the gospel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we like I don't know that much of my but now that I'm hearing that I'm like damn I always ate I still eat off my dad's plate because I'm like I've always
Poor
been
Gordon.
yeah like
No,
I've
just
always
kidding.
I'm the only girl, so of course,
Yeah.
my dad too. He would like push his
Okay,
plate.
here's
Yeah.
your
And
silver platter.
Exactly. He
Yes,
would
love
push his
that.
plate, and then I'd eat off of his plate. But my mom be like, "Don't do it. You're gonna get white hair." And all my brothers, they would never ever eat off of my dad's plate. Even sitting in the living room, if I come into the living room and it's more boys than girls, then the girls need to get up and leave.
Mhm.
They can't be in the same room in the living room as the boys. If the boys are there and there's more boys there, then we need to get up and go to the room. If there's
Do you-
more girls, the boys need to leave.
Do you ever have
Yeah.
like a culture shock sometimes? Because I was raised like that too. And then like when you see someone do it, I
Yeah,
look
you're
at
like,
them and I'm like,
You can't do that.
like, or sometimes I'd be like, ew, like, like I don't be saying anything, but I was like, oh, I was raised like not to be around. So like when it's a culture shock for me when I see other people like, yeah, come in my brother's room or like sit on our bed. Like
Yeah.
you know, it's a big. I don't know if y'all know this, but my mom told me this because I sat on my auntie's bed. She was like, get the F off. Like you're never supposed to sit on a married person's bed.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
lay on
see?
it.
See, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I don't
Or
know.
or just be in their room. Because
Yeah,
number one, why
it's
are you in
weird.
their room?
Like if you want to be married to a Tongan, just learn these steps because y'all don't want to get cussed out, especially by
Yeah.
the moms. So.
Yeah. Even even
Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler's like I'm writing it down.
I'm
Even
dead.
like swearing in front of your
Yeah.
brothers.
Yeah.
That was a comment that was mentioned on the JP episode.
Yes. talk
How
about
he
it.
shouldn't be swearing in front of his sisters. Yes, culture, respect,
Mhm.
everything. But when it comes to the B4REAL podcast, this is a safe
Come
space.
as you are, yeah.
Yeah.
Come as you are, speak as you are. You know, we
This
allow
business,
that.
yeah.
Yes, we allow that. But at home
Yes.
with your
Yeah.
real
Yes.
siblings, you don't want to do that. And a lot of, if you go in public too, a lot of Tongan males who grew up traditional way, they're like that. They don't swear in front of the females. They don't, if a female's standing, they'll get up and walk away
Or
or
even
get out.
inappropriate music, like they'll cut that
Yeah.
off real quick.
Yes. No inappropriate anything
Yeah.
in front of each other. So that's pretty much what whakaapa is. And also respect your parents. I think that's one thing that's a really
No matter
big
how
one.
old you get, because in America, when you're 18, you can do as you please. And when you're
Yeah.
Tongan, never.
You can't.
Never.
Oku never ia.
Till you die. Till you die.
Never ia.
Oku never ia.
No, really though, like respecting your parents, I mean, that's big, right? And
Yes.
also keeping God first. I think
And
those
that's-
are like
yeah.
the three things that
Yes.
we always like, it's all instilled, no matter if we're culturally household or a semi-culture household or whatever household you have. I feel like those are the three things that parents usually like to instill
Yeah.
in their kids, is just respect your parents, keep God first, and family always. And that's pretty much like the Tongan culture. That's really what we revolve around. In our Tongan seal, it says "Ko otua motonga ko hoku to fi'a," and in English that translates to "God and Tonga are my inheritance."
I've
And-
always wondered what that meant. See,
Yeah.
I'm always throwing the flag, the big T's, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and so like literally it's instilled in everyone who has Tongan blood, whether you're a code switching Tongan or a Tongan. It is your God and Tonga is your inheritance. That is your rightful land to claim as yours as a Tongan. But yeah, that's pretty much really what it is. I mean, we could talk about superstitions in the Tongan culture.
Oh, I want to, because
Okay.
there's some things I be forgetting, and I want to remember my
Yeah.
culture. So.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about superstitions. Do you have any people that you
Well, one that I know because my sister-in-law's like they do not play this to this day is at night, the black cats.
Oh yeah.
So that if they see it, like I have a sister-in-law that will literally U-turn just to
Oh,
go a
wait.
whole different
Okay,
route.
I heard about that, but I don't know the
Why?
meaning and why.
Isn't it just like bad luck or something?
Yeah, like if you drive and a black cat crosses the road as you're driving, it's like bad luck is coming with you in your vehicle.
So how do you
So you just don't go. You turn around.
How do you
Yeah.
turn around if you can't turn around?
If you
Girl,
can't,
you better figure out a way.
if you can't, then you open the door and you spit.
Oh,
After
oh,
I
after
didn't
you
know
drive
that.
through it, open the door and spit it out.
Oh, can you do it before or it has to be after?
After.
I have a
Oh.
question. I have another one that came to mind too. So like Puketevolo. Yeah.
Oh,
Scary.
go into explanation about that, because I've heard it growing up, heard
What is
stories,
that?
but
In English, possessed by the
possessed.
devil. So that, why is it that like if somebody's taunting if the dead is taunting the living, why are we asked, or why is it one of our, I guess, ways to diffuse that is to go with hot water? And is that
Yeah.
or am I making that up?
No,
I
no,
didn't
no.
hear about the hot
You
water.
have
I
to,
didn't-
because it's like a threat. You're threatening the person, whoever is supposedly taunting that person. You're telling them like, if you don't get out, I'm going to go and either spill hot water or burn your grave. It's like a threat tactic to get the spirit away. And sometimes
How do
people,
you know which like devil it is?
I mean, the person that's
Will tell
possessed
you
will
what they
tell
see.
you,
Oh.
like they'll wake up and tell you, like I seen this person in the dream. And there's also faito'o too. Faito'o is just in English like a cure for it, and people will sometimes go to somebody that can do a
Like natural
faito'o.
medicine.
Yeah, natural medicine, a faito'o to get it out, get the toxins out of your body.
Okay, I'm gonna share a story because after you said that, I was in Tonga when I saw my first Puketevolo, and this girl was foaming out the mouth, eyes rolling back. And shout out to my uncle Amanaki, R.I.P. Rest in love. He was like chewing on leaves
Yeah.
and was like,
Yeah, that's
putting
the
it-
faito'o.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Who's chewing on leaves and what?
and putting it all on her ass. She's like literally like possessed.
Yeah, there's a specific type of leaf. I have to ask my dad what it is because he does the faito'o for that.
Okay,
But
natural healer. So
yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, so he chews it up. It chews up the leaves and he puts it all over the eyes.
And
So that way,
what does that do?
It blinds. It blinds the
devil?
person from seeing more of
See, I didn't know that.
the possessor.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's
I
like
love learning about my culture.
yeah, there's like different things. I think for me is the dreams. I don't know if we've talked about that,
Oh.
but just having dreams, like dreaming of someone dying means that somebody's gonna get married,
Isn't that crazy?
and dreaming of someone getting
that crazy?
married
Is it-
means that there's
Someone's
gonna be a
gonna die.
death.
Or even dreaming about like sequel. You guys heard about that?
No.
Wait, dreaming about what?
Poop.
Oh.
If you dream about poop, like before my husband's grandpa passed, like a lot of us in the family were like, damn. If it's within that family, you know someone in that family's gonna pass. So I never heard about that till my mother-in-law told me.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't know about that one either. There's also sneezing in a funeral.
Oh,
If you
that means
sneeze
someone's gonna.
if you sneeze in a funeral, that means there's gonna be another funeral soon.
Mhm.
It's
That
crazy.
happened to my that literally happened to my cousin's dad died, and my little brother, he was playing on the koloa, and he kept
Oh.
sneezing the whole funeral.
Yeah,
and
even-
literally a couple weeks after, my grandma died.
Yeah, even at a funeral, if you're not hanging the kolo, like if you're the one that's folding it and you sneeze, that's another one too. That's why he was sneezing while on the
Yeah,
kolo.
and he
I'm
kept
not-
playing on.
I
yeah.
usually always like do a helping hand to do that, but now that I know this,
I'm like,
Yeah.
bellow it
my-
on your own. Sorry, boo.
There was one funeral I went to. My uncle, it was like my grandma's funeral. Her son was like, everybody go and blow your nose and make sure you're sneezing before we start doing the kolo. And then I'm like, what? I never realized it. And then they're like, because it's another sign of there's gonna be another funeral soon.
Did you also hear about like the 3 deaths? Like
No.
when one usually
Oh,
when
yeah,
one
death comes
family-
in 3.
Yeah, it
comes in threes.
Especially, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, like sweeping at night. Like if you sweep at night, vacuum at night, where you're
Yeah.
picking up trash, you're throwing away your blessings.
I remember
Really?
weeks
Yeah.
before my grandpa passed, my grandma, she kept saying that she kept seeing like someone at the door, and she would real like, grandma chill, because we're so Americanized, and my grandma's real
Talk.
tea.
Yeah.
And she kept yelling at the front and be like, grandma, no one's there. And she was like, no, there's someone here. They came in my dream and they said they're gonna take my husband. So she kept like shooing it away.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
Yeah, a lot of the, like, if there's like any type of spirits, a lot of the people, what they'll do is they'll yell at it, like
Yeah.
they'll
Mhm.
cuss at it,
Yeah.
yell at it.
That's so funny that you said that, because one time when I remember this with my dad, I told him I was scared. It was the middle of the night, and I woke up and I was like, I'm scared. He's like, just cuss at them, say bad
Yeah.
things to them, and I was like,
Yes,
but I
You're like,
thought
okay.
I thought he was just trying to be funny. But now that you said that, now he was
Like-
showing me the
like
ropes.
I'm not saying that everybody has this, but these are just like Tongan superstitions that we do believe. We
Yeah.
very much do believe.
it's like not hard. It's hard not to believe, because I hate when people are like, I don't believe it, and it's Tongan, and then it happens. I'm like, we told you,
Yeah.
we warned
Yeah.
you.
But that's because sometimes it takes them to see it for themselves
yeah.
Yeah.
to then
Yes.
believe. So it's one of those. But I've seen enough to know.
Oh,
It's real.
Have you heard about like the bird coming?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
in the house
Yeah.
or like in the building.
I remember that my grandma would.
Yep.
She used to like throw knives at cats too, because there would be a lot of cats. My grandpa.
It's because they be crossing the road.
Yeah.
It's the bad
No, but my
part.
grandpa, he was raised in Tonga too. He was
Oh.
born and raised full T's, but when he came to America, he did not give a damn about like the Tongan culture. He
Oh,
didn't-
but Tonga's
It's
Tonga's next level.
yeah,
And I don't know why the
Tonga is
cemeteries out
nice.
here don't scare me. The cemeteries out
Mhm.
there, I get so
I
even
am
in
so
daylight, I get
scared.
so scared.
I'm so scared to see
Oh
my
my
namesake.
gosh.
I'm named after my grandma out there, and I'm kind of scared.
No, you know what they say though. So when you go, because they even say this too. Sometimes when you go to like somebody's gravesite that you've never met, they get so excited that they make you sick. They'll make you sick because they're so excited you're there. They're gonna come visit you. So sometimes you'll hear your family like, don't visit her before she gets sick. Just know she's here to see you, but don't do it or else she's gonna get sick. Sometimes they'll say it in Tongan. And like even when I went to New Zealand, because I went for my brother's unveiling of his headstone, my dad was on the phone and telling him like, she's here to visit you. Don't visit her too much, or don't get excited too much before she gets sick. So just be careful when
It's
you.
good you're giving me heads, because I really wanted to go next year.
Yeah,
see
and
my
you
grandma.
you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to her gravesite,
Yeah.
but just tell her, Grandma, like I'm here. Don't get me sick. Like
No,
don't
I'm
get too
kind of scared.
excited.
Like, I'm like, I don't know if she's proud of me with the name I carry.
Girl,
Like, with certain,
she
like,
is.
do you think? I don't know. Is that a
They
thing?
don't. To my knowledge, they don't really look at the type of life you have or the type of life you live. Just seeing you,
Uh-huh.
like they see your presence there, they're gonna get happy. especially if they tell them like, oh, this is your namesake, they're gonna get happy. Like, okay, I've never talked about this story, but let me talk about it.
Talk about it.
Okay, so when I went to Tonga, so I never knew that Tonga after nighttime, you are not allowed to be outside.
That's
You-
curfew.
Yep. No,
Out
like
there.
when the lights are on and it's night,
Yeah.
there's no sun up, you are staying inside the house. My first night I got there, it was night. I was talking on the phone with my mom, walking. My family had thought that I just went out to the porch. But when I talk, I like to talk and walk.
Right.
So I'm talking and I'm walking along the rocky road and I'm turning and there's this big tree across the street.
Not the trees.
No, it was a big tree.
Not the trees in Tonga.
And
I know
so-
y'all heard about trees in
Yes.
Tonga
And
at
so I'm
night.
talking to my mom on the phone, just telling her how I'm feeling about Tonga, how everything is. And a voice is yelling like, "Hey, you're here?" And I'm
in
like,
Tongan?
"Yes." And this is all in Tongan. And they're like,
Can you
"Hey."
say it in Tongan so we can feel
And
it?
yeah, he goes, it's a guy voice, and all they say is, "Hey, kokoena," and then I'm like, "Eyo,
Did you even look
kohaikoe."
back
You
or
responded?
anything?
Yes, but I'm still on the phone with my mom,
Mm.
and so I'm like, "Eyo, kohaikoe, kohaiena, okay, atu." So I'm saying, "Who are you? Who's there? I can't see you."
Mm.
And then the voice yells back and says, "Kofea Viliami," which is my dad's name. And the guy is saying, "Where is Viliami?" That's my dad's name. And I'm like, "Oh, ko i api." And then the voice yells back and says, "Fokiki api. Fokiki api." And my mom,
Your
meanwhile,
mom heard it too?
meanwhile, me and him are having this conversation. My mom is yelling on the phone, "Go back home. Go back home
Right,
right now. You
right.
better go back home. What are you doing?" But I lose focus on her and I'm talking to the voice. And the voice says, "Fokiki api." And
He was saying, come to my house?
he said, "Go back
Go
home.
back home.
Oh.
Go back home."
Mhm.
And then I said, "Okay, go fekoe." So I'm like still trying to see who it is.
Right.
And how does he know that my dad is here? Literally this
Right,
is the
calling him by his
day
name.
we landed. So I'm like,
You were by yourself too?
yes, on the phone with my
Oh
mom.
my
In the dark.
gosh.
And
That's
then
crazy.
my mom is yelling, but mind you, I'm like literally like
It's already
tunnel
down here.
vision.
Right, right.
I'm just like, "Who are you? I don't see you." And
I
the
feel like that
voice,
spirit zoned out your mom.
the voice kept saying, "Go back home now.
Look, I'm
Go
getting
back home."
chills. Oh, me
And
too.
so, y'all, this was the. And then finally, I look and I was like, "Mom," and she's like, "Go back
Oh,
home
right.
right now. Where are you? You didn't tell me you were walking home." And she was freaking out. And I'm like
Right, but now-
I'm
right.
walking fast home, and I'm like running. I'm like, "Mom, what? Why am I running? What's going on?" And
Was she
she's
like, I'm going to tell you when she gets
yes. She goes, "Just go back home right now. Go back home." So then I
Listen.
get back home and my family's just sitting in the living room, just all talking. And I walk in, and then I was like, I was like confused. And my mom was like, "Your grandpa just came and seen you," which my grandpa is my dad's dad. He passed away before I could ever get to Tonga.
You guys were in his village.
And we're at my dad's house. That's his village. And this was my first time in Tonga too. So
He was excited to see you.
excited. And so I was like, "Mom, I'll call you back." And I explained to my family what happened. And my dad's like, "That's grandpa. He's coming to tell you to go home. What are you doing out at
Right.
night?"
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, I didn't know that you weren't allowed to walk around in Tonga like this
Right.
at night, because literally the trees there on that same road is where my grandpa's cemetery is at.
That's cute though. That he was
Yeah.
like,
That's cute.
what are you doing? Love to see
Yeah.
you, but please go home.
Literally. And I go, "Dad, he was asking for you." And he was like,
Aw.
"Why did you go out by yourself?" And I was like, "I didn't,
Right.
first
No.
time in Tonga, nobody gave me the rules that, hey, there's spirits in the
Yeah,
streets."
yeah, because Tonga's a whole different ball game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Literally. And that is what made me believe. I was like, "What the heck?" And then I went the next day to my grandpa's grave and I was like, "You silly guy. Like, you came and said something, you didn't want to tell me it's you."
Yeah.
And I go, "But please don't make me sick. I'm just here visiting, and don't make dad sick because I need dad to go home with me."
Aw.
And I go, "Just know that grandma's happy that dad's here, because my dad is the oldest. So he was
Aw.
their baby before the
Aw.
babies."
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah. And then that Sunday, I went with my family. We were singing. It's weird because I went with my family. We sang at church, and I sang a hivausu with my uncle.
Mhm.
There is a voice in the video a third voice in the video that's harmonizing with us.
What?
And my grandma even said, "That's your grandpa singing."
You better
And I'm
add
just
that.
like,
Yeah.
Add that little say we want to hear it.
Tonga's crazy.
I
Tonga's
love that, though.
crazy. But that story will live with me forever. And my mom too, I was like, "Mom, you heard the voice, right? I'm not crazy." And she's like, "Yeah, go home."
No,
She
but-
just kept saying, "Go home."
And dude, your mom, I bet she was over there like
She was freaking
panicking.
out because she was in America.
Yeah.
My mom wasn't with me. I was giving her the update on my dad's family because
Oh, that's why
That's
you were
another
like-
subject for
I was
another
like,
day.
Mom, dad's family's this, that, and the third. But then she was like, "Who is that? Who is that?" And she even kept saying, "Who is that?" And I was like, "I'm trying to see who it is."
Right.
And then when he kept talking, I just was like,
Now you're intrigued. Yes,
"Yeah."
yes.
So
That's crazy. I'm just glad it was a good ending because I thought, girl,
I thought
if it was gonna go crazy, I was like,
I
cut the
thought-
show, we're done.
I think it would have gone crazy if I stayed
and
there.
kept
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah, and
Kept
kept
talking.
walking. Because if I kept walking, I would have made it to my grandpa's grave.
And who
Yeah.
I
knows?
would have just
With all those spirits there,
yeah,
who knows?
yeah.
But I say Tonga's a different ball game only because when I would go and visit, there were kids that would actually sleep at the cemetery. Like they would just knock out on the sand, sleep, wake up the next day like nothing. But I'm just like,
I'm scared.
They
I could
had-
never. Like I'm
they
so
have
scared.
cemeteries at the beaches.
Yes. So, okay. Where I don't know. It was just like everybody was saying different stories. But I was a kid at this time when I seen that lady possessed. But they had to carry her from the beach, and she was already like,
Yeah,
then come
dude,
and
you gotta
fight
be
for
careful
her.
when you go to the beach. Just my advice for anyone that goes to Tonga, there's cemeteries in people's front yards. There's cemeteries everywhere.
right.
Don't look at it. Don't look at the cemeteries and apologize if you do look at it. And just don't even stare at anyone's cemetery. Just look straight. If there's a cemetery in front of you, then apologize and say, "Sorry for looking at your grave." Just don't even play
Oh
around.
my gosh, I kind of have a story for that because the lady I'm named after, her name is Moa Hansen, and she was known for like if you looked at her, like she would slap the F out of you.
mhm.
Like that's what my name is like known for. If you go to her cemetery,
Yeah, just don't even play around with other
Oh,
family
girl, I'm already
cemeteries.
knowing.
If you go, just say sorry. If you end up seeing somebody's like there, I tried so hard in Tonga. That was one tip that I got from somebody else that went to Tonga because I was going there as my first time,
Mhm.
and they were like, just don't look at anyone's cemetery grave.
wait, what's the reason why? Like,
Just because, like you said,
Oh,
a
they'll
person
slap
can
you.
come and slap you and do some physical harm to your face.
oh, have you heard like someone got slapped in Tonga and their face stayed paralyzed?
Yeah,
Like
like
it-
they're like
I've heard a lot of.
it could cause like a lot of stories, right? People can come and pinch you on your leg, and then your leg gets, you just apologize. Oh my gosh, now it's getting into Halloween right
No,
now.
right, okay.
Okay,
But, like I be so into these. Like that's
Mhm.
why I'm always like, anytime I'm with like my in-laws, I'll always ask them like, have they ever seen like any crazy stories? And when we talk about it, like everybody has
The
goosebumps.
chills.
Yeah.
Everybody like close the windows, like like it'd be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a different experience, and if you ever go through it, just pray and honestly apologize to whoever it is that you see or you feel like is around you, or threaten them and tell them that you're gonna go do something to their grave.
And I'm sure everybody know how to do that. So
I love how we're getting like so in tune with our culture. I remember one of the first viral videos that we had,
Oh,
and we are talking
my
about the white
goodness.
sheet.
oh my goodness.
So I wanted to ask another question. Like, is there anything that has changed where you'd want to change our culture, or that you like about our culture, or yeah?
I mean, I Man, I love my culture down. Honestly, I love the traditions that we have. I know it's not for everybody, but for me specifically, I'm a cultured girl. I still 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 that good girl waiting
Okay.
for her white
Yeah.
sheet.
Yes,
No,
period,
you know.
period.
But honestly, the white sheet, would I practice the same thing on my kids? I would allow them to choose. I think that's what I would change.
Yeah.
My mom forced me into it, but I had to love on it. I had to grow into loving it in order for me to be like, yeah, I'll stay and do this. But honestly, the first time was my mom forcing me. I want to teach my children the do's and don'ts, and I want to give them the option. I won't judge you if you choose not to, but just know that there is that. And I won't treat you differently. That's another
Yes.
thing too, is like I feel like girls who save themselves and have the white sheet experience, they get luxury weddings. They get
All the above,
Eh,
because everybody's going all out.
right,
Yes.
right. And that's great, but also like I feel like the girls who didn't save themselves, they're just like they downplay themselves. And they're like,
Yeah.
"No, I don't need it.
Yeah,
I
which is
I'm like,
sad.
"No, you do. You deserve it. Everybody
Exactly.
Deserves to
deserves it."
celebrate you.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I would change.
I
It's
love
just
that.
You're gonna be a good mother.
I was just
gosh.
gonna say that. I can't wait for you to be a mom, because
But
you're gonna be great.
yeah, I mean like what would you guys?
You would hit it right on the nail. Like me, even though I said what I said, I'm gonna still make sure my girls are, everybody raises their kids to be better than them.
Yes.
So that's exactly how I would view it. I mean, I would want for them to have the white sheets and, and save themselves for, that
Yes.
time, because that's still way down the road. But like, I just don't want them to ever follow my footsteps. I want them to be, one up
Yeah.
me in a good
Yes.
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So.
it's good that you're saying this because, like, whenever I'd hear like stories about my mom, and like my mom, she used to be so hard on me when I was a teenager, and like I would hear stories from like her friends. They used to call her Freaka Leaks.
Oh,
Shout out to
oh,
my
that's a
lady.
cute
Okay, it's
nickname.
Lika the Link,
Okay,
the
Miss
Freaka Link.
Milika girl.
Yeah, but like growing up, my mom, she used to like my early ages. She used to be like the party girl,
Okay.
and I would see that
Mm.
side of her. But like as we got older, like where I understood more, like she always tried to hide it from me, and I always was confused by that because I was like, okay, I know that you're hiding to go smoke. I can smell it. I know when you and dad be partying because Dinah's babysitting us, and I feel like I always seen my mom, so I'm like, if she could do it, why can't I do it? That was always my mentality.
I
as
grew up
a-
like that too.
as a daughter, and I know that now that I'm getting older, I'm understanding why she was so hard on me because she didn't want me to be anything like her. And just seeing how she is now and how different me and my sister's experiences was, like I think growing up I always said like I'm gonna let my kids choose what they want to do. But now that I'm getting older and the choices I've made, I'm like, no, I want my kids to be better than me too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Like our parents, they're gonna teach us all the good things, and then it's like up to us with our free agency what we choose to do with life.
Yes.
But honestly, mom and dad, if you're watching this, because I know you guys seen bits and clips here where I just be yappa yappa yappa. But my mom and dad, thank you guys for raising me the way you guys raised me.
Honestly.
Thank you for being
Shout out to
strict
our
with me,
parents.
even though I was a rebel child. Like everything makes sense now that I'm a parent.
Yeah.
Why you did the things you guys did, said the things you guys said, like why the lectures continue to this day. Like our parents are just always, they're always gonna be teaching us good things, and they just want they want to see us do better.
Yes.
So I was my mom, I gave her the hardest time, but love you, mom.
love you all too. And
Love you.
okay, I was wondering what topic because I had hella stuff that I wanted to talk about, and I just pulled up my phone.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Since we're talking about culture, I wanted to talk about. Can we talk about families bringing up their drama on social media, like whenever they have a fallout?
I'm dead. I've been seeing that.
What are
happen a
y'all
lot,
thoughts
too.
about that?
Honestly, you'll regret it because I used to be like that. I would always. There was one point in my life where people that I don't know. I just felt like social media can be like our journal,
Yeah.
and I kind of would vent to it, so on and so forth. But keep in mind, once you're putting your business out there, now comes different point of views, different opinions, and
It's like reality TV, like for
Yeah.
everyone.
so don't try and avoid it. If you can fix that at home, fix it at home.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you take it to social media, that means now like all gloves are off. Like now you're really trying to like
Yeah.
go back and forth. But
What are your
I
thoughts?
I agree. I think once you press post, you're now that's never ever going to be deleted. As much as you want to delete it, someone's already screenshotted it, sent it to somebody.
That quick.
And so like you're going to regret putting that drama out there because now your family is known for that drama. It's just not it's not worthy to post. Keep it off the media and just keep it moving. Honestly, the best thing to do is ignoring it.
Yeah. No shade, no tea. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm just so glad that my parents are not like social media people, especially when they go live a lot.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're not like that because I've seen some where like full on just, things
Yeah.
could have been avoided. But
I think
whatevs.
with me, when I see like family members, because okay, I have a point of view. If it's someone attacking my family, like yes, I'm gonna come for you. But if your family, like, I don't like it on the media because at the end of the day, I feel like y'all are gonna make up sometime or another, whether it be
Down the
next
road,
year or
yeah.
a few
Yep.
years, and it's like stuff you can never take back.
Exactly.
Like we could talk behind the screen, direct contact, but doing it like for everyone to see, it's like putting on a show. Everyone's latest updates about like, oh my gosh, did you see what blah 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 posted?
Right.
Like, don't get us wrong. Like,
Yeah.
when you're in the heat of the moment,
Uh-huh.
you're not thinking about this.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, she said that. Let me say this. Like, it's just
But once you post it, your relationship with that person will never be the
Never
same.
be the
Ever.
same.
Even if you guys get cool 5 years down the road, the fact that you went to the media first will never they'll look at you differently.
yeah.
I think social media drama is entertaining.
That part.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'd be
part.
like, wow, this is tea. But at the end of the day, it's sad. It's sad to see family members who are close fight about things and bring it to the media. The question I have is when was the last time you did something for the first time?
I'm gonna keep it on the positive side, but I would say this year, putting myself first.
Oh,
That's
I love that.
yeah, and we always bring this up every now and then, but putting myself first, because like I stated in previous episodes, like I've always been the one pouring, the one pouring, the one pouring, the one pouring, and this year, like it was so hard for me to put myself first. Like, isn't that
Especially
crazy?
being the oldest daughter.
Yes,
I know.
like you're so used to taking
Yeah.
care of, like that's what I was used to, and it was so hard for me to finally put myself first because I low key thought like, damn, that's selfish. Like, why would you do that? But honestly, if it wasn't for therapy sessions that we always recommend, like do it. You
Yes.
guys don't sleep on it.
Highly recommend.
But he was able to open my eyes to a different point of view of self care,
yes.
and from there, low key, literally, that's when everything started to fall in place for me.
Oh,
The
I love
podcast, my
that.
content, being a mother, just myself in general, my healing journey. Like I don't know, like that's me. Like that would be my answer.
Yes.
Would
I
you
love
say
that.
2024 is your year? Like,
2024 has rebuilt me. I would say 2024 was
Ooh.
my year, was the year that rebuilt me to be better.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
love that. What about you?
I think, let's see, the last time I did something first, I guess the last time I did something first, I would like to say with people too, at the beginning of this year, choosing me too.
Oh yeah.
I let go a lot of toxic things and I've let go a lot of people. Silent cutoffs normalize that
Yeah.
because I don't need to give you an explanation as to why we cut off our relationship. And my circle is so small. It's
Yes.
literally very small. And I love that for me because it just goes to show me that these people actually believe in what I believe. And I need to hang around like-minded minds so that way it can inspire me to do better. But yeah, I think the same thing, choosing me and realizing that I don't need to live to people's standards and I can wear whatever I want to wear.
Okay.
Love that.
Miss Lo said, baby.
I think with me, something I did for the first time this year, I think like being in my feminine era with my husband. That was because I think like okay.
Yes.
I remember saying this. I'm like, I'm not toxic. I'm Tongan because I always see my mom. She's very hard headed. She's always been like that with my dad. So I feel like I like built off of my personality off of her too, seeing how I was raised, and I kind of put that into my marriage and relationship. And I think like this year I let him like speak, let him talk, let him have his argument, let him win sometimes, and it was was very hard for me. Like these past couple years, I've always like I'm right. I'm always right. You need to bow down.
Right.
You need to kiss my feet. Like that's how I was. I was such a hard like I don't know. And I think it also came with self-love that it grew me into my feminine era to be the soft side with my husband and like just listening to him. So I don't know the exact word, but
Yeah.
No, but I love that, and I love that it took both of you guys to now be where you're at now.
yeah.
And that's what marriage is about. That's what it
Mhm.
is. You know, you might try it this way, might not work. Okay, let's regroup and figure out how we can move forward. So, Baku, shout out to you. Way to take control.
Yep. Way to do
Boy.
that. My next question is, what is your favorite Polynesian meal? I mean, just in case we get some cooks out there that want to cook us some food.
Okay, so we can have it on our podcast,
Right?
Yes.
I mean,
dope.
if you are cooking some food and you want to bring it over, let us know. We'll send you we'll drop the addy.
I'm honestly say like horse will always be it for me. I
Ooh,
love
okay.
horse,
Yeah.
and it has to be from a specific person. It has to be from my auntie. Like I can't eat anyone else's horse. It has to be from her. Because if it's not made the same way, like there's certain spices,
Ooh.
certain amounts,
Okay, the season.
the mayo.
Yes.
Wait, there's mayo, right? In it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Coconut milk mayo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have two. They've always been my favorite since forever and a day, but it's Lolo'it Feke and Pulumasima. Lu Pulumasima.
Okay,
Those are
now
my
I'm about to
favorite.
stop at the poly store.
Mouth is
right.
watering.
But
Mouth
what is
is
it? Pacific
watering.
Seas, here we come.
Okay.
Pacific Seas, do you want to sponsor us with the episode?
Oh, I love that. Okay, what's your favorite makai to eat it with?
Now, before it was always Siane, but I've grown to I love Ufi now. Yeah. What about you?
I think for me, I love pig. I love roasted pig.
Really?
Really?
The crunchiness of the
Okay, that part.
okay,
when
the
I was in
skin.
New Zealand, pig every day. I ate.
Oh.
My family came dropped off pig every day, and I was like, "Thank you, I'm so grateful." But I love pig. I love all Tongan food. I love
Yeah.
otan. I mean, like, there's not really a bad Tongan food
Yeah.
out there. I love Hawaiian food as well. I love macaroni salad,
All of
kalua
that.
pig, everything, all that. You
Okay.
know,
The way to lost his heart. You heard her.
yeah, it's
But
really
you know
food.
what I've also grown to love? Have you guys tried the coconut bread from Falema 801?
Oh,
why does that
I
sound
heard about
good?
it.
I haven't had that.
That okay. Every time I DM them for some, they're sold out. That's how freaking good this thing is. But I tried it at my sister-in-law's at a putu, and
Yes.
bruh, it almost
just
tastes like I was in
sounds so good.
Tonga. Like that bread was that good.
It was
Bomb,
good. It's
bomb.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, chefs out there, if y'all want to make us some food, ooh,
Tap,
that would be
tap,
so
tap
fun to
in.
do a Polynesian food meal
I'll be over here like,
episode.
Oh,
I'll be
I'll be
Polynesian
munching
review.
and crunching and
Okay.
it'll
that
be a
part.
mukbang for you guys in the ASMR,
That
so you guys
part.
can hear it. If money was not an issue, what would you be doing with your life?
I'll be traveling.
Same. I was just gonna
Mhm.
say that.
Oh,
I would be living my best life, like Dubai, like Bali. I would go everywhere in the world. There's so many things that I want to experience, and the only thing holding me back is these damn bills and the money. So, yeah. And Tonga, I want to go to Tonga too.
I mean, I'd move my family to a nice place to live. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Glendale, but I'd move them to a mansion.
That
I
part.
mean, just so that they
Period.
can be settled down, and then I do whatever my heart desires. because
Okay.
I go into fashion, honestly.
So definitely taking care of my parents would be one. And if money wasn't an issue, I would support my husband's music.
Oh,
Definitely.
I would push
Definitely.
it a lot harder and further than where we are at now. But again, everything's money when you're in America,
And that business too,
Yes.
that
So-
industry.
but that's something I would do. I would start off with those two things.
I think we should drop some music gems for our followers, our
Okay.
besties.
Oh,
what's in our
let me start scrolling.
playlist?
Yeah,
I do
what's in
have
our
a,
playlist? Let's give them some motivational music of the week. It doesn't matter who it's from.
Okay, part.
It doesn't matter where it's from, just as long as you give us a name and title.
Okay, mine is To the Chin by Paku OI2M,
Okay.
aka my husband.
Okay.
With that song, I actually forced him to post it. I actually posted it on my
As
behalf.
always. As always.
Because I was working for a week and like I played that song every morning and it just motivated me. If you listen to the lyrics, like it just tells you like even though you be taking L's to the chin, like God will always have a way for you and
Yes.
just keep going.
Love that. I love that. Okay.
Thank you.
Mine would be flow in my bag. Yeah, I've
Ooh.
been so stuck on that because I'm really in my bag era right now. And it's
Ooh.
just about that time to
Yes.
stack up in my bag. Thank you.
And for me, you guys always know I say my husband's because
As you should.
always got to.
As
But
you should.
I'm going to do a little different route today. Love you, boo, but don't worry, you're still my favorite. I would do Loki. The one that's been played on my playlist, repeat all day, every day, is "Heart of a Woman."
Oh my! Why?
Because
why does that song
Right.
hit so hard?
I don't know. It's just, and honestly, it's everywhere I go played. And I'm just like, I love this. On my For You page, it's like the next 3 videos. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
No, she really did her big one with
she
that
did her
one.
big one.
But also, I just think everybody's been fiending for some Summer Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
part.
she's just like, let me feed y'all with this real quick.
She
But
said,
I
"Let me
can't wait
drop
for her
this."
new one to drop, her album to drop.
That part.
Yeah.
Because that's when it's really going to go crazy.
Everybody's gonna be in their fields. I could be like, the situation, like if the lyrics are so good and the music is so good and it's something I can't, like I'm not going through personally, but you could just like,
I just be
Right.
belting that. Like,
No, but for Heart of a Woman has crack in it because
mhm.
I think us as women,
okay,
it's like,
Is the heart of a
yes.
it's the anthem.
It's like you look at your man and you guys are not even arguing.
But you're just like, because Summer said it. Hold on. Yeah, so definitely.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay,
No,
shout
but
out to her.
Shout out to Baco though, girl, blowing
Yeah.
up ever
No,
since he dropped
really.
his very first one.
Mhm.
And now I gotta ask you.
Oh my gosh.
Now that he get a little traction, a little motion going, how you been handling that? Like, how's that for you guys?
It's funny because okay, I actually wanted to talk about this, but I was like, it's my podcast. I never really talk about like my music or my husband's music, but
Which we don't understand why she doesn't.
Right.
I don't know
So
because I'm like, you know what,
talented
this is for the
AF.
beef for real. I don't know why I'm like that, but so how it started was me and my husband were hella going through it in the summer to the point where like we were going to get a divorce. And before we were gonna break things off, he forgot that he left his password on his TikTok. So I was in his TikTok.
Ooh.
No, I didn't find anything. I'm just letting y'all know how this song was posted. So that day we were supposed to end things like for real that day. And I went and I posted like 3 pictures and I posted the song in the background. And it was just like what we were going through. Like I don't have to explain it because you could just listen to the lyrics and that's really what happened. And
Speaking
he woke
real.
up the next day and he was like, he
Just
logged
going, "What's
into
going on?"
TikTok and he's like, why the fuck do I have notifications on my,
Oh.
like, what? He's like, did you post this? And I was like, yeah, like, before we end things, I want to just remember that I wanted to keep pushing you for your music. Like, because he sent that song to me and I felt like it was a goodbye. Like, I was okay, like, with us ending, but I wanted him to, like, get his exposure because my husband is really shy. He don't like the camera. He
Real-
we
he's
love that
real
kind of man.
humble.
We love a low-key man.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
A little annoying sometimes.
So I was
but
like, I was
knows
like, okay, if I leave, like, at least this was like me leaving a part of him. Like, I just wanted you to know that whatever goes on between us, I still want you to keep
Win.
pursuing in your music and stuff. So then eventually, like, we kept going back and forth, and then we spent our anniversary together. And we were like
Okay.
in that weird phase, like, oh,
Okay.
we're friends, but I don't know. It was like a weird phase that we were going through. But eventually, like, we ventured through, and I feel like we both needed that break because after that, he like did like 5 songs in 1 week, and there's so much unreleased that he has. Like To the Chin, he recorded that same week that we like ended things, and yeah, there's just so
okay,
much.
we find out music was his outlet when you guys
Yeah.
were going through. I love that.
Yeah, so I just been very proud of him. He stays low key. He just stays to himself, and sometimes it's hard for me to understand what he's going through. And then he be like, "Oh, babe, I got a song for you," and I'm like, "What the like? You can't tell me face to face, but
you
you're
can
gonna
put
do
it in
it."
another song.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, yeah, maybe that's how he is.
I was like, "Okay, wait for my diss track because it's my turn."
I'm good.
And then everyone's been asking me because I just posted a reel because he literally showed me the song, this recent song he posted, and he was like, "Oh, listen to it." And I was like, what the fuck? When did you record this? And he was like, the week that we were gonna end things. And I was like, okay, I don't care. Like, I just want you. I want you to keep pursuing music, whether you're talking shit about me or not.
Oh,
Like, go
she for the
ahead.
business.
I'm
Trust
for the
me,
business.
businesswoman.
I love the opportunities.
No, but the
that
way
come
he
with
does
it.
it is so smooth.
No, but
Yeah.
I was shocked at how good he is at it. Did you know?
Me too.
I
I'm like,
his
not too
pen
much
game
on
does not
me.
play.
No, I know Baku on pickleball level, like
Uh-huh.
outside of that. Like that's why when he dropped that he did music, I was like,
She's like, what?
Chameleon Baku, like he stallion Baku, like
Mhm.
what? But keep going, Baku. Like you are so dope,
Honestly.
especially when you got
a
writer like this.
No, but
pushing you.
it's crazy though. He doesn't even write. It's all like he just
Oh, he
Off the
freestyles.
dome?
off. Yeah,
Off the dome.
he just records. He's like he never. If you look in, I tried to look at his notes and he's like, I don't record. I don't write it. I just record.
Okay, Chameleon. 'Cause let me find out Chameleon's paying off. That's why you're so good with your words.
No,
I'm
that's
dead.
awesome.
No, it's to the point where I'm like, damn, I don't think I want to do music anymore.
No, if anything, I feel like you guys
bye.
are gonna be that couple.
That couple.
That
It's so cute
couple.
because everyone's been telling us they're like, oh, okay, Mila, we need your response now. But they just love that both of us can express ourselves musically.
Make
So,
that your guys' content.
yeah,
The
we
Milan Paco
after
show.
this we just might
You should
That part.
definitely.
stroll around.
Don't
somewhere.
ever not get out of music, cause girl, bye.
I was like, damn,
your
I think
music
it
game
retired.
is.
No, speaking of very low key,
tier.
no, because
This
look at
is
her trying.
low-key,
Yes,
too.
that's another one, another hidden artist.
Miss low key. Ooh.
Bruh. What's going on with you? Why aren't you stepping into that field?
Man, I don't see myself as a music artist.
Really?
She got
Is it just-
I
Sound
she
like
does
Mariah,
sing.
but she don't want to
yeah,
sing.
I
That's
love
crazy.
to sing. I love to sing.
She be
Singing is-
freestyling too.
Yes, I like going off the dome too.
Yes.
I do. But one of these days we'll get in the studio and record something. But I don't know. I like doing just live
Catch her
videos.
lives. Catch her lives.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Catch me on live. I really do
Yes.
be doing
Catch me
popcorn
outside.
freestyles.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? So before we became a podcast, that's how I would remember you.
Yes.
Is literally just freestyling.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I loved it. You're so good.
Yeah.
Like you remind me of Anaya.
Oh my
Like,
gosh. I
yes,
love
like
her.
you could tell a story with your lyrics.
Ooh.
Period.
And
Don't
Period.
play
I
with me.
remember your open verses too. Was it J King?
Yes. Oh my
Yes,
goodness. The
they're
J
so
King open
cute.
verse. That one was crazy because I was like, I want to write a Tongan verse. I want to do
And
a
a-
Tongan.
yes.
And did. I was like, wait,
Mhm.
he's talking about his Cinderella. I'm talking about Cinderella. If you know, yes. Because he's all like Cinderella. I'm like, in the Tongan culture, we call it Cinderella.
Okay.
Shout out to him.
Okay, love you,
The one who
JK.
sang
Yes.
that song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, I mean, I don't see myself as kudos to everyone. There's so much talent. Like I'm just
Yes.
like, y'all got this. You got this. I'm cool with just sitting on the
No.
side and
Do it
chilling.
all. You might as
Yeah.
well. Do it all.
I mean, you inspire me. I'm
opportunity.
gonna do it. I'm gonna be just like
Do it
you.
all.
Do it all. Tap in everything.
Yes, really.
Okay, y'all. So we're just gonna end with a little game.
Okay, period,
Because
period.
I think we need to give our besties a little fun time. But we're gonna do a word association game where we all think of one word, random words, and then we eventually come down to the one word we're looking for.
Okay. I need our
So-
minds to come together today.
Yes. So we all need to think of at least just one word. Just one word. Let me know when you guys get it. But the topic is gonna be podcast. So just something in here.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Camera.
Tyler.
Media. Sorry. Just you know what to do, Losa.
Okay.
Just pick up
Okay.
the
So
clips.
Tyler media or camera media.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Tyler camera media. Okay. All right. You guys got a word?
I think I got the word.
Okay.
Second
Ready?
round.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Lighting.
They said it. That's the word for. That's the word.
She said light. I said lighting.
That's the word.
Okay. Let's try again.
okay.
Think
Ready?
here, Ipo,
People's
think here.
Mila- Okay, let me.
Ipo, think here. Okay,
Here, I got you, I got you.
Okay,
Let me
Mila,
try
are
again.
we here?
I'm
Okay,
here.
okay.
I'm here.
You guys
Okay.
got this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Be for real.
We're done.
Finally,
We're done.
we're here. We're here.
I'm gonna be laughing every time I watch this on this episode. I'm about to be like, damn. Only if they knew. Only if they knew.
All right, y'all. Thank you guys.
Woo. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
watching.
watching. This is a long. I think this is a 2-hour episode.
We went 2
deadass.
hours. Yeah.
Like we filmed
We
straight.
ending right on time. That's a first.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye, besties.
Thanks for watching the
B for Real podcast.
Bye.